Hey everyone, so welcome to day 20 of our yoga challenge. So today I'm going to just prop you up here and we're going to have a little chat about setting intentions on and off the mat and the importance of bringing kind of an intentional mindset, intentional living into your day-to-day life, and how being just more mindful of how you move through life can affect your overall health, your mental health, and how it can really just benefit you and this in this human experience. So when we talk about setting intentions on the mat, so a lot of times yoga teachers will start their practice and they might have a focus. So we can have physical intentions and we can have emotional intentions, we can have spiritual intentions. There's so much inside of that we can focus on. So basically intention is like setting the mood for the experience. So it's setting focus. So when we go through our practice and we start to kind of lose why we're here, what are we doing? We're getting frustrated or things are kind of coming to the surface, we can zone in back into what was our intention, focusing on our breath and bringing us back into that present moment. So really anchoring us into that experience, right? Because if you're stuck in your head and you're floating around, you're not really in the present moment. You're either thinking about what is going to happen or what needs to happen, or you're thinking about what just happened or what was going on before the mat. So when we get on the mat and we set those intentions, then we're focused into the present moment. What is it that my body needs? Where am I needing to go? What am I needing to release? And so intentions are so important. Setting intentions at the beginning of class. So like I said, a teacher can set their own intentions. I like to work with kind of the energy that's happening. So if we're like in the full moon, for example, we might do a class on releasing. So within that intention, you can set your own intention. So then that would be more reflective. Like, what is it that I need to release? What is it that I'm holding on to? What am I ready to let go of? So when you go to a class and they set this intention, feel free to set your own intention within that and listen to what they're saying and how it speaks to you, so that it's something that you can connect with. Because if you have an intention, if somebody set an intention for you and you don't personally connect with it, it's not going to be a way of focusing in and anchoring into this experience. So setting intentions on the mat are so important for anchoring, so important for focus, and building the practice around those intentions, right? If we're working with the heart center, we're going to do a lot of heart openers, right? If we're working into kind of releasing, I like to do a lot of twists and a lot of kind of movements into internal rotations, right? So it all depends on your own preference and what works best for you, but setting intentions is so helpful on the mat, and it's so helpful off the mat. So when we go through our lives, we kind of almost get used to being on autopilot. We're just kind of going through the motions, like get up, brush your teeth, eat breakfast, get your kids to school, go to work, all that kind of stuff. And we forget to really anchor into the experience and enjoy what we're experiencing, because we're not really experiencing it. We're kind of just passing it by. So when we set intentions, when we wake up in the morning and we connect to our needs and connect to ourselves, we can set those intentions. I said this at the beginning of my recovery, how I would wake up and I would ask myself, like, how am I feeling physically, emotionally, and mentally? And I would make intentions based on that. Like if I was having a really bad day and a lot of pain, then I would be focused on, okay, I need to do my stretches today. I need to have an Epsom salt bath. Those are my focuses, and my intention today is just to get through this discomfort that I'm feeling physically. And that's what my focus would be. So that's just one example. Obviously with recovery, it's a little bit more heavy and detailed, but it helped my recovery because it gave me something small to focus on. It gave me something, so if I started going off and feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm not getting anywhere, this is like awful, and I'm kind of drowning in it, I could bring myself back to, don't worry about all of this other stuff, just focus on the things that you need to focus on for today and for this moment. So it was a great way to anchor into that. But it can be as simple as anchoring in and enjoying a situation that, you know, you're going out for dinner on a date, you know, and your intention is just to enjoy yourself, just to laugh. And then you become present with the moment. You become in a state of mindfulness of experiencing it. So, you know, you're enjoying your food more because your intention is to nourish your body. You know, your intention is to laugh with the person you're with. So you're going to listen more. You're going to be more involved in what they're saying and enjoying that company so much more on a deeper level. So when you live mindfully, it just gives more purpose and meaning to this human experience, to this day in and day out, these little things that seem kind of like, oh, the same old, you know, when you're walking, for me, the springtime when I was in Alberta was so special because I'd go walking and the spring would be coming and I'd go walking on the trails and I'd be looking for all the buds and see like what's opening up, and it was like Christmas time, right? Like it was like getting excited about these little things was what built my recovery, is what made me come out of those darker places and gave me focus and gave me drive and gave me, you know, so much more light. And so I really truly believe when you live with intentions, then you are not only just conscious to your human experience here, but you're also conscious to the experiences around you, so the people around you. You think about how you say things. You think about how things are impacted with people. You think about, you know, the intention of like, okay, I want to go into this situation. How can I offer myself to this person? In a compassionate, loving way, you know, if that's your intention. So intentional living for me is such an important thing. It's a huge thing that helped my recovery. It's a huge thing that has anchored me into bringing meaning into my life and just connecting with the day-to-day and enjoying those moments, like stopping and smelling the roses and enjoying that. So yeah, so that's intentions. I know I can talk so much about it because there's just so many interesting ways that it has changed my life and just even like my mindset and the things I say to myself and releasing the stress and the anxiety. So I struggled a lot with anxiety. Having those focuses. So as an empath, going into situations that are very like chaotic with a lot of people, and you have this intention of like, okay, I'm gonna go for this hour, I'm gonna enjoy myself, and then I'm gonna go home. It just relieved so much anxiety because I had a focus. So intentions can be used in so many different ways on and off the mat. And I really encourage you to spend some time, and the intentions don't have to be anything super extravagant. Sometimes it can really stress people out, like I must have something really meaningful. It can just be that you want to be in the present moment and just, you know, see what comes to the surface, see what it is that your body needs to say, or that your subconscious needs to like let you know, because you're listening now. Your intention is just to listen and be in the moment and see whatever comes up. So intentions are so wonderful. I did a blog about this and breaking down just kind of how I add intentions into my life and how it's kind of shifted my life in a lot of ways. So I will definitely link that in the description below. But yeah, so I encourage you today to, when you get on your mat, set an intention from this day forward. So every day can be different, or it could just be like, my intention is to get on my mat and commit to doing, you know, this last 10 days together of yoga, and just committing some self-care and self-love for yourself. All right? So I'm going to leave it at that for today, and I hope you all have a wonderful end of your weekend, and I will talk to you tomorrow. All right.